something that definitely does not look normal.
Of animals born with extraordinary deformities.
You have to start looking for the bizarre and inexplicable potential causes for what might have led to it.
Over 30 years ago, the world's worst nuclear disaster sent radioactive material.
I could see that being the result of excess radiation and nuclear waste.
Of course, people are going to connect the dots. This thing has to be from that thing, because I don't know what this is and I don't know what that is.
They walk on two legs. Maybe not 100% of the time, but let's say habitually.
The texture of its skin looks very real to me.
In the heart of rural India, a shocking discovery sent shockwaves throughout the farming community. Mutated and hybrid creatures emerging from the shadows. These enigmatic beings, born of inexplicable phenomena, left the experts baffled. Strange baby animal. Just because it may look like a deformed animal, the probability of it being a distinct species certainly can't be ruled out. Farmers from the Brazilian state of Ceará reported in December 2020 that they had found a carcass of this anomaly of a baby animal lying in the middle of their crop field. Despite them having years of experience in handling different farm and livestock animals, they weren't able to recognize the nature of this animal. With a lack of facilities to preserve the body, the local Green Thumbs decided to bury the fast-decomposing carcass. Pig with trunk. This looks more like a cause of evolution at play than deformity. A livestock farm in Lucknow, India, found this one-of-a-kind piglet lying on the ground, struggling to get on its feet. It only had a single eye, along with a trunk similar to that of an elephant. Considering its state, many veterinarians believe that this unique piglet may not be able to live much longer, until it defied all odds. Once the locals got wind of it, they started worshipping the animal, believing it to be a Hindu deity. Once this piglet makes it to adulthood, it would be interesting to see a pig with a trunk. Human-headed cow. Even though this may look like the severe birth deformity, it is actually seen much differently by locals. In the tranquil village of Muzaffarnagar, nestled in the northern Indian state of Uttar Pradesh, a calf was born with an astonishingly human-like head, a sight that left the local residents awestruck. The calf's head bore an uncanny resemblance to Lord Vishnu, a revered Hindu deity, drawing hundreds of people from the nearby areas who came to pay their tributes in amazement and devotion. Unfortunately, the joy was short-lived, as the calf's brief existence lasted less than 2 hours, but hundreds of worshippers were able to pay their tribute. Conjoined buffaloes. Just by looking closely at this animal, one can know that both of these were actually meant to be two different animals, until they got changed by some complications at birth. Livestock farmers 10 miles out from the Indian city of Amritsar shared this story of a buffalo that gave birth to a baby, or babies, who had 6 legs. It had a head on either end, with their backs joined against each other. Upon examination by a local physician, these conjoined calves share every internal organ, due to which both the calves can't be separated without taking the life of the other. Human-faced baby goat. Despite the odds stacked against deformed animals, there's a story that defies the norm. A farmer found himself in the care of a newborn goat, unlike any other. This little goat defied expectations with an improperly developed face, bearing an uncanny resemblance to a human. Remarkably, apart from its unique face, this goat baby displayed no other defects or abnormalities. While such conditions often reduce life expectancy, This goat's surprising resilience and the lack of additional health issues make it a captivating testament to the unpredictable wonders of nature. Real-life Hobbit. For someone to run that fast while being quite small, it's safe to say that it's not your average juvenile. An unknown source shared his encounter with this mysterious dwarf or hobbit, who looked to have most of its body covered in hair, almost as if it were a monkey. The recording starts with a man inspecting his hand before he is allowed to flee. Judging from the visual, this creature looks quite like a human, but is much smaller in size, which could make it either a dwarf or a real-life hobbit. Half pig. Not that this pig was eaten by a wild animal. Rather, it was actually born without its hind legs. Back in April 2015, an Indian farmer from an undisclosed location shared footage of this remarkable piglet who made its grand entrance into the world, facing a unique challenge. It was born without hind legs. Yet this tiny piglet's story is anything but ordinary. Despite its deformity, it has transformed into a local sensation, earning a moniker that translates to the strong-willed pig. This piglet's tenacity and spirit in the face of adversity have turned it into a beloved celebrity on the farm. Lion dogs. Though most wouldn't believe that this could be the product of a crossbreed between a lion and a canine, these dogs look to be a case otherwise. Locals from the Iraqi province of Salah al-Din, specifically in Jabal Makul, adjacent to the Syrian border, shared this footage showing a strange breed of dogs that randomly appeared. From jaws and paws to their manner of seating, these animals had characteristics similar to that of a lion, although they were seemingly canines. Despite being undomesticated, these stray canines didn't seem to pose a danger to the nearby bystanders. Pig with added limbs. On the bright side, it would at least have spare tires. Back in August 2014, this piglet was born with 8 feet and 6 legs in China's Sichuan province. Although many of the viewers stressed that surgery to remove its extra limbs could fix the animal, according to the owner, Mr. Tang, the risk of paralysis was too high, and he now has expressed his intention to ensure the unique piglet enjoys a long and content life, standing out as a testament to the wonders and mysteries of nature. Rat-infested temple. Seeing the presence of a rat may disgust many, but imagine having to coexist alongside them. In the enchanting city of Bikaner, India, a captivating belief thrives about the local rat populace, elevating them to spiritual status.
These are my family. I am family belong to Grotesque family person. I death, next month become the rats.
The legend traces its origins to a bygone era when the souls of a storyteller family found reincarnation within these very rodents, all of whom were believed to be descendants of the revered spiritual figure Karni Mata. These rats coexist harmoniously with the temple's inhabitants and are regarded as sacred. A unique custom involves sharing food with them, a practice thought to bestow purification and healing properties to the offerings.
They can eat everything out here. Sweets, greens, snacks, even green chilies if it likes.
Before we move any further, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you can keep watching our amazing content. Leprechaun in Parking Lot. The closest resemblance of this random being was made to a leprechaun, which is actually a thing of Irish folklore. A driver in July 2016 came across this bizarre creature that appeared and was caught on camera. The driver added that he heard distinct noises underneath his car, which he initially thought to be a stray cat or dog of some kind, until he got out to investigate and encountered this moments later. Within seconds, this leprechaun disappeared after it was last seen going under another car to avoid any further exposure. The footage was examined several times closely, where it was then called to be a leprechaun for having the closest resemblance to that. Unconfirmed corpse remains. Just by the looks of its teeth, one thing is for sure, this wasn't some lost dog, but rather a lone wolf. Back in May 2018, this corpse, or at least what's left of it, was lying in the middle of a woodland in the wilderness. According to the source of the video, there is little to no water source several miles from where it was found, which could be a major cause of its demise. With the body having decomposed almost completely, its exact nature can't be known. Judging from the teeth, it could be anything from a lone wolf to a jackal or a coyote.
Feasting on its carcass.
Grotesque alias Shenka. In August 1996, Vladimir Bendlin, a senior Russian police official, made a perplexing discovery during a robbery investigation in Kishtim, Russia. The find was a grotesque skeleton of an unknown creature found by a local woman near a cemetery.
It had brownish, grayish skin, a really strange skull with ridges and protruding eyes.
The carcass was incredibly small, measuring only 10 inches, with a hairless, dark, brown-grayish skin and a peculiar musky odor around it. What made it even more bizarre is that the skeleton remains had an absence of essential features like ears, nose, genitals, and a navel. Initially, it was suspected to be a deformed human fetus linked to the 1957 Kishtim disaster, but was later ruled out when it mysteriously vanished without a trace before it could be thoroughly examined.
Several things missing: ears, nose, genitals. Probably the most striking piece that we found that really puzzles everybody is it's absolutely absent of a navel.
Hen and pigeon's hybrid. When it comes to birds, this is probably the strangest thing that could be seen. A poultry farmer from Punjab, India, shared this footage of birds, who, although look to be pigeons, actually have a body similar to that of hens. These unique types of birds have necks and legs much longer than any pigeon, but at the same time looked to be like a pigeon. With them having physical characteristics of both the birds, no one could tell what these birds were, apart from calling it a case of a hybrid. What do you think this might have been? Do share your opinion in the comments. Recovery from leg deformity. Just when this helpless dog that was suffering from a severe case of leg deformity was found by an animal lover in Jaipur, India, vets stated that it is impossible to fix its legs. After approaching several veterinarians, one of them decided to help. Before the surgery, the dog, nicknamed Dash, had to gain muscle. With a few surgeries, and in a matter of 100 days, Dash, whose front legs were completely bent and found it challenging to walk, found himself being able to not just walk, but run as well. Within a matter of a couple of months, Dash's legs seemed to have had a significant recovery from its past condition. Abandoned hybrid baby. Without a thorough examination, it is hard to tell if this baby is human or animal, or even a hybrid. A farmer in northeastern state of Nagaland, India, found this strange baby lying by the tree line of his farm while he was on his way back to the cabin. Upon discovering this baby, the farmer thought to have the baby inspected, but it disappeared the following day while the farmer was fortunate enough to have recorded this footage. No one knows for sure what this creature is. Could it be a hybrid being? An alien? Many mysteries certainly surround us. Mutant goat. In a perplexing and surreal incident that unfolded in July 2021, a rural resident in an undisclosed location captured an extraordinary moment on camera. The footage showcased a goat with a newborn fetus that appeared to be a perplexing hybrid, almost like a blend between a goat and a human. The eerie scene gave rise to a multitude of speculations and urban legends among the locals. Some even claimed that the farmer had intentionally orchestrated this unusual birth. The birth of this mysterious goat-fetus hybrid left a lasting impression on the community, who somewhat believed that this could actually be a case of human-to-goat hybrid. Almost human. This isn't some sleepy gorilla, rather a newborn lamb. A farmer from a small village of Maniabanda in the Indian province of Odisha found one of his sheep who gave birth to this lamb that looks to have quite a human-like face. From villagers to even the farmer himself, everyone at first took it to be a gorilla of some kind until it was properly examined. Due to severe cases of abnormalities, the lamb, unfortunately, didn't live much longer after birth. Aside from this lamb, all others were reported to have been born normally with no cases of abnormalities. Animal alien baby. In the quiet rural region of Santa Cruz El Chol in Guatemala, a most astonishing occurrence has left its residents in shock. A baby pig, unlike any other, was born, displaying an appearance that could only be described as alien. The farmer who witnessed this bizarre event reported that the sight of the pig sent shivers down his spine, for it bore a striking resemblance to some otherworldly creature. This birth has not only left the local community astounded, but has also sparked curiosity and amazement as they grapple with the mysterious and unconventional in the midst of their everyday lives. Legendary Chupacabra appearance. Apart from it having a very resembling look to that of a chupacabra, what else could this have been? Farmers who were tracking boar tracks that were destroying their crops filmed this unrecognized predator that was passing past the crops. One of the trackers immediately identified it to be the legendary predator due to the striking resemblance and called it to be a chupacabra, a beast that is believed to be a vampire that feeds on animals. Upon the farmers attempting to get a closer look, it turned around to flee. Chupacabras are believed to fear human beings, which makes their encounter exceptionally rare. Unknown gassy creature. While working on pest control, a farmer who was out in the fields picked up what he thought was an unusual-looking stick insect, but upon close examination of the creature, it turned out to look quite like a combination of grasshopper and grass. This clip, according to the recorder, shows a few fascinating tidbits about their development, starting from the eggs, and it certainly seemed to be like a real-life Groot. No one knows what this actually was, since the original founder anonymously revealed the picture on the internet, while keeping the location or any details a total mystery. Petrified mystery animal. In 2011, a Russian farmer in a remote village experienced a startling event when he heard a loud explosion nearby, followed by an even more astonishing discovery. He stumbled upon the mummified remains of a creature that didn't resemble any of the local wildlife. The creature's head, torso, and limbs displayed an unusual body structure, and its petrified condition left everyone baffled. Strangely, it was found next to a pile of dry corn atop a tree trunk. While the source of the explosion remained a mystery, experts initially suspected it might be a fruit bat.
Okay, right here it looks like there may be some teeth in the jaws. To me, the skull looks much more like a mammal. It does look like there may be a wing. It could potentially be a fruit bat.
but later ruled out that possibility. Today, it is considered an extinct animal that likely emerged from the melting permafrost. Unknown animals discovered. Christina Eith, a resident of Fairfield Township, Pennsylvania, had a perplexing encounter when she discovered an unfamiliar creature on her porch. Initially, she mistook it for a lost dog from a neighbor's house. However, upon closer inspection, she realized that it wasn't a typical canine, but a creature that had appeared cold and frightened.
I honestly can't definitively say what it is, but to err on the side of caution, since they are, they can carry rabies, and since it might be a coyote, we can keep it here, get genetic testing done, and then kind of go from there.
In response to this enigma, she sought the assistance of animal control, who took charge of the animal for medical care and DNA analysis. Experts examined various physical characteristics and concluded that it could be a coyote, a wolf, or something in between. Despite rigorous testing, the precise species remained unidentified, leading to the creature being humorously referred to as the Thing. Goats that faint. When it comes to the adrenaline rush, it works much differently when it comes to these goats. Tennessee fainting goats tend to have their muscles stiffen, and they momentarily freeze when something startles or excites them. The antics of these goats are a source of amusement, as you can witness by this delightful clip. Even the most mundane occurrences, like a simple ball rolling by, can trigger their enchanting fainting act. While it might be mildly exasperating for them, it's pure entertainment and a dream come true for anyone with a taste for the unexpected and the bizarre. Imagine how iconic it would be if someone were to eat one of these goats and have the effects passed on to them. Mutant animal carcass. In May 2022, scientists in São Miguel do Oeste, southern Brazil, were left surprised to see this mutant pig.
Eu tenho certeza que vocês nunca viram isso aqui.
It had one head, but two distinct bodies from the chest down, each possessing 4 arms, 2 at the front and 2 at the back, while the second undeveloped head was visible on its back. Researchers from the Center for Wildlife Studies at the University of West Santa Catarina are delving into this enigma. The piglets are conjoined at the skull and chest, but share a single heart and have separate organs below the abdomen. These Siamese twins have yet to undergo a necropsy to unveil more about their condition. Genetic malformations, possibly stemming from environmental factors or inbreeding, are believed to be the cause. Deformed baby camel. This young camel may have faced a turbulent start to life, having been abandoned as it was unable to stand due to a leg deformity. His survival seemed bleak. Yet, hope emerged at the Addo Crocodile Ranch near Port Elizabeth, South Africa, where the compassionate owner took it in and kept a vigilant eye on this fragile animal.
Move her in any direction.
After several consultations and procedures, custom braces were crafted to protect its legs from further bending, having been born with elongated ligaments.
We took him away and we gave him some milk of the mother. We could take it out of the udder. At this stage he's on cow milk with vitamins on it with it.
With ongoing diet and treatment, the resilient camel is on a path to recovery, eventually regaining the freedom to walk and run unaided. Gorilla Dog. Bulldogs and pit bulls may have their natural style of walking, but this one looks to have adopted the way of gorillas. Footage taken at a dog adoption service in Dallas, Texas, showed an adult dog that looked to be standing in a way, almost as if it were a gorilla. It looked to be standing on the top of its knuckles, but putting all its weight on the front paws.
Ecstasy, son. Sick boy.
As the footage went viral, a veterinarian reported that this dog is actually deformed in a way that its front paws are a bit too large, which almost makes it stand and move similar to that of a gorilla. Werewolf Carcass. A werewolf might seem to be a myth, or at least a thing of the past, until potentially one of them surfaces. This rotting carcass was discovered by a visitor on the outskirts of the Kaziranga National Park in Assam in June 2023. It looked to be much bigger and scarier as compared to a usual wolf, and had a part human-like body structure, which sparked a widespread notion of a werewolf. Before wildlife reserve officials and veterinarians could arrive and examine the carcass, it was eaten away by the scavengers. Even though the carcass was never closely examined, one can pretty much say from the footage that this actually was a werewolf. Rare fossils in India. Dinosaur remains are undoubtedly exciting, but uncovering something entirely new takes it to a whole new level. In December 2022, a dedicated team of archaeologists and scientists achieved just that when they unearthed some of Asia's oldest dinosaur fossils in Madhya Pradesh, India. What sets these fossils apart is their incredible significance in unraveling the mysteries of life before the age of dinosaurs.
There are different species of carnivorous and herbivorous dinosaurs. The layers of the Earth's crust here depict the history of the planet. These are important, as this is the place when the dinosaurs were walking on the planet for the last time.
Alongside these remarkable findings, the researchers also stumbled upon fossilized sharks, ancient trees, and the eggs of extinct species. Their groundbreaking work has sparked a push for the region to attain World Heritage status and receive recognition from UNESCO, marking a pivotal moment in our understanding of Earth's prehistoric history.
And similarly, around 30 more nesting sites have been recovered from different places in this area, and even the forest department here has recovered more than 300 egg fossils of dinosaurs from that era.
Bear Temple. If you're seeking a unique opportunity to get up close to bears in the wild without putting yourself in harm's way, look no further than Mungai Mata Temple in Mahasamund, India. This temple, nestled in the woods, has become a popular tourist attraction in the country due to its special connection with the local bear population. The residents of the area have formed a remarkable bond with these bears by providing them with daily treats, usually sugary delights. A wildlife journalist had the chance to capture this heartwarming interaction in action as the local priest shared meals with these furry friends. While bears are known for their voracious appetites, imagine the commitment it takes to feed an entire bear family every day. Wild canine frenzy. Having to find an unrecognizable wild animal feeding on a carcass in the middle of nature would surely look spooky. In June 2023, a farmer who, after finding one of his newly born goats, started to look around the grazing land near a forest in the Indian province of Madhya Pradesh, stumbled upon this hungry wild canine that was in the midst of feasting on his baby goat. With the animal seemingly ferocious and the newborn goat already eaten halfway through, there wasn't much that this farmer could do. After all, with the forest next to his farm, something like this is inevitable. Rare amphibious animal. Now, this is something that will raise eyebrows, the fact that nothing like this has ever been known to exist before. A passerby at the Pura River in northern Peru came across this rare reptile-like amphibious animal that was found nesting by the banks of the river. From limbs to its entire lower body almost looked like that of a turtle, except without a shell and with a neck more similar to that of a lizard. With it remaining absolutely stationary, nothing much could be said about it, more than that it could be a rare reptilian species. Dog Worship Festival. In Nepal, the 5-day festival of Tihar brings forth a unique celebration known as Kukur Tihar, or the Festival of Dogs, taking place on the second day of this Hindu festivity devoted to animals. Originating in Nepal, where street dogs hold a special place, this celebration sees dog lovers showering man's best friends with adoration. Dogs, both pets and strays, are adorned with colorful garlands, with their necks wrapped in bright orange. They are treated to a feast that includes meat, milk, eggs, and dog food. Throughout this joyous period, it is considered a sin to act disrespectfully towards dogs or any of the other honored animals. An extraordinary demonstration of love and respect for these loyal companions. Tiny, long-necked creature. Even though the dinosaurs are an extinct species, this one looks quite like a tiny sauropod. A mechanic from the Indian city of Jaipur filmed his encounter with a tiny sauropod dinosaur-like creature that was discovered on the tire of a 4x4 vehicle.
With a long head, we're gonna see what he is.
It had a tiny head with a mouth similar to that of a Venus flytrap. It didn't seem to have any aggressive attitude towards the recorder, who, while recording, started to check it out closely while touching it around with a tiny tree branch. From the looks of its eyes, it is more likely to be some kind of insect-eating creature.
Get that butt, boy. Ooh.
Oh, shit! Thick bull. A cow, despite being this ripped, skipped leg day a bit too often. This gigantic bull, which actually is a Belgian breed of beef cattle, shocked the internet with its incredible muscular build when it was first seen on the internet. The bull is believed to be weighing over 1,350 kilograms, which makes it the biggest of its breed to date. Most of its bulk comes from a naturally occurring mutation called double muscling, which occurs when the animals lack a certain protein that regulates muscle growth. With this bull being so huge, it most certainly could feed an entire neighborhood. Traffic stone worship. Call this insane or dedication, but this community wasn't gonna let it pass. A Hindu community, upon discovering a traffic stone barricade in a public park, started to perform worship rituals. According to them, the barricade is considered to be a monument of a Hindu Lord Shiva, since it was made of stone. The worshippers who burnt incense while offering milk and honey wanted to have the area dedicated to a temple.
Cool water and cool milk, that's he like.
With the worship already having the area forcefully encroached, the request for the building of a temple was denied. Random egg object. Call it an alien egg or an extra-dimensional pod. This certainly doesn't look like it's from this world. A clip was shared in September 2014 by farmers in Puerto Rico who found this bizarre alien egg in the middle of a forest. An initial theory suggested it to be an alien egg that may have been left behind. The military soon took custody over the mysterious object, as analyzing it became a necessity, and it was taken to a secret facility. Although the nature of the object still remains a mystery to date, some of the commenters on social media believe that this could be an egg of the xenomorph aliens. Tiniest primate. This is perhaps the smallest and most adorable monkey ever to be encountered on the internet. An unknown recorder shared this small clip of a really small monkey in the hands of its rescuer after it was found abandoned. Although the species of this primate remains unknown, this baby monkey clearly can be seen to be as tiny as the thumb surrounding it. This picture and video were taken on August 21st, 2019 by farmers and villagers of Karnal district in the Indian state of Haryana. Bystanders were shocked to see the animal baby that looked to be fast mutating into a human being. When the baby was first found abandoned in the fields, it was thought to be lifeless until a physical from a nearby village pronounced it to be alive. While some of the villagers and farmers were trying to get answers, others started worshipping it, calling it a deity or a supernatural being, which is beyond their capacity to understand. With the baby animal having expired the next day, no one knows who or what this baby might have been. Feel free to share with us your thoughts about this in the comments. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like it and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.